What's up, everybody? This is the DeFi enthusiast from the Crypto Ronins. I hope that you're all doing well. So today, at the time of this recording, Bitcoin is sitting at $70,736 at the time of this recording, and the Bitcoin dominance is at 56.8%, Ethereum 10.6%, and everything else follows. Guys, unfortunately, the ceasefire situation didn't go as planned. There was no conclusion at the end of those discussions. JD Vance has returned to the U.S. and the only reason we're even talking about this is because it affects all economies, it affects the entire world, and of course, it affects crypto as well in the long run. Naturally, all markets are affected by whatever is going on in the entire conflict. Now, we're not going to take any sides. We're not going to be political, but long story short is that Iran does have a lot more leverage compared to the United States after blocking the Strait of Hormuz. And what does the president of the United States do? Well, he decides to basically block the Strait of Hormuz as well. You can make whatever you want to make out of that. Yeah, that's all I got to say. So obviously expect volatile times, expect volatility in the markets, expect a lot of uncertainty. Unfortunately, it's one disappointment after the other. And of course, speaking of the Trump family, there's a lot of controversy going on right now. Basically, so what the claim is that Trump's World Liberty Financial borrowed real money against fake tokens sold to wallets tied to North Korea and Iran. Token crashed 82%, then quietly deleted the family's names from the website. This is your president. This is corruption with a ticker symbol, World Liberty Financial. So then, we saw Justin Sun. He said he accuses Trump's crypto project, World Liberty Financial, of secretly embedding a backdoor into its own smart contract. Sun, World Liberty Financial's largest investor with $75 million, says the team used a hidden blacklist function to freeze his wallet in September 2025 with zero warning and zero explanation. Now, Justin Sun obviously is also a very controversial figure. He is, of course, the founder of the blockchain Tron. I've heard that people are facing issues transferring their USDT on Tron to other places, apparently. And some would say this is karma. However, he is definitely affected. He was the biggest contributor into their ecosystem. And he says that, he also accuses the World Liberty Financial team of rigging governance votes to justify freezing investor funds, secretly extracting fees from users, treating the crypto community as a personal ATM. And then World Liberty Financial has since collapsed 83% from its all-time high of 46 cents. Sun's frozen $75 million World Liberty Financial, once worth $700 million at peak, is now worth only $45 million with no way to sell. And it's getting crazier, guys. It's getting uglier. And of course, with that, World Liberty Financial, of course, they also did respond to all of this. They are saying that let's talk about the FUD going around our World Liberty Financial market lending position. It's wrong. Here's what's actually happening and why the real story is a lot more interesting. They say we are one of the largest suppliers and borrowers on World Liberty Financial markets. Yes, we supplied World Liberty Financial as collateral and borrowed stable coins. No, we are nowhere near liquidation. And frankly, even if market moved dramatically against us, we'd simply supply more collateral. That's not a risk. That is how this works. Then here's what the FUD crowd is missing entirely. By being anchor borrower, we're generating the yield that makes World Liberty Financial markets compelling for everyone else. Everyday users are earning outsized stablecoin yields right now at a time when traditional markets are offering very little. Yeah, of course, credit goes to your father, Trump Jr., for all of that. That's the whole point. Numbers matter. Let's go into them. USD1 is currently at a 159.5 million annual revenue run rate, quite compounding, accelerating. Over there, the last 6 months, we have bought back 453,300 World Liberty Financial tokens at an average price of 15 cents, totaling $65.58 million in open market purchases, not because we had to, because we believe in where this is going. For early token holders, a governance proposal to unlock locked tokens will be posted to the forum next week for community input, and will go to a formal vote shortly after this is the project showing up for the people who showed up first. USD1 just got a major upgrade. Here's what it means in plain terms. Gasless transfers, AI agents and users can now send USD1 without holding ETH for gas, lower friction, broader access. Agentic native USD1 now natively supports the infrastructure that emerging AI payment protocols MPPX 402, right, which is a payment protocol, right, which is currently being used right now, are being built on zero integration friction, so compliance rate controls, all that, blah, blah, blah. So to recap, no liquidation risk, users earning exceptional stablecoin yields, 65 plus million in token buybacks, governance proposal incoming to unlock locked tokens for early holders, USD1 built for the agentic economy. The critics looking at the wrong thing. We're building something that compounds. So, and of course, MSTR Master, this guy, you guys should be following this person. I'll leave a link. He has been exposing a lot of the Trump family corruption in crypto for some time. He's also been calling out others like CZ from Binance and several others, and actually showing on-chain proofs, and honestly, I don't have a lot of questions regarding that. So he says FUD is not needed when the people behind it are warmongers, racists, pedophiles, and serial criminals. Okay, like I said, we're not a political channel. They've also accused Sun of lying and are saying that they'll see him in court. And of course, with that said, that's definitely nothing to be happy about. And then of course, a Stanford economist said the UAE World Liberty financial deal is the largest public corruption scandal in the history of the United States, and it's not even close. And basically, credit to Diddy for this thread. So January 16, 2025, 4 days before inauguration, UAE spy chief Sheikh Tahoon secretly paid $500 million for 49% of Trump's crypto company. Never disclosed $187 million to Trump family entities, $31 million to Steve Witkoff's family, who is now Trump's Middle East envoy, negotiating with the same region that just paid him. Then 4 months later, Trump reversed Biden's restrictions and approved 500,000 NVIDIA AI chips to the UAE. A fifth will go directly to Tahoon's own AI firm, the same one Biden blocked for ties to Huawei, right? Then Tahoon's other firm then used Trump's stablecoin to complete a $2 billion Binance investment right before the chip deal dropped. This week, World Liberty Financial used $5 billion of its own token to borrow its own stablecoin from a platform run by their own CTO, trapping ordinary depositors. Columbia law professor says it's a potential bribe. Senator Warren says corruption, plain and simple. Stanford called it the worst scandal in American history. Now, look, I'm not a fan of anyone in politics, no one, whether it's anybody, anywhere for that matter. And of course, people like Elizabeth Warren and everyone, they're going to have a field day with this. People are going to probably talk about, quicker regulations without, giving a damn about retail. And, things aren't sounding good. And, for the time being, however, like I said, that in my opinion, the only way forward for crypto to flourish, right, to get back to real culture, real things, the real vibe is for people to build products that are impossible to ignore. That excitement has gone away. We are getting so many grifters and scammers and rug pulls and hacks, and this is not the crypto market that I remember, and this is not how the industry is going to flourish. It's going to die. I'm not trying to spread FUD here, but if this type of behavior continues, it's going to die. And I think that the best thing is for retail to reclaim crypto, because they are the ones who made it a success, number one. Number two, we have seen a lot of difficult times in crypto, and this too shall pass. However, real builders, real innovators, people that know what they're doing need to come back into the space, and they need to start building things no matter what happens. It doesn't matter. Times are going to change. There is a reset coming. There is going to be mass liquidity, mass money printing coming because of everything that is happening, and deflationary assets are going to go up. So this industry can grow by a lot. And of course, it's all about where the attention is. Now, the rave culture, for example, has been huge. And, rave DAO was something that I saw months ago. But for me, because I didn't resonate with it, I didn't really care about it. But it was apparently a group of music lovers, serial entrepreneurs, builders, crypto early adopters, and tech industry practitioners turned diehard ravers. And they launched as a 200-person after party during a crypto conference in November 2023. It has since grown to host events with an average of 3,000 attendees. They're initiating a global movement that onboards millions of electronic dance music lovers to crypto. Every event attendee receives an NFT as proof of participation, and 20% of event proceedings are donated to philanthropic organizations chosen by the community. So while having fun, everyone is bringing peace, love, unity, and respect to make this world a better place. Now, that message sounds pretty interesting, and those who resonated with it really resonated with it because, since last month, I mean, while this came out in December, it was at 40 cents and it went down and it went to an all-time low last month to 20 cents, and then it shot up, just this week. It shot up. Right now, it reached an all-time high of $9.79 just about an hour ago, guys. And it's absolutely insane. This is the altcoin run that I've been talking about. This is that example. This, not anything else. And this is why I say when people are building products, now I don't know whether this is insider trading right now. We still don't know. However, what their mission is, they have been doing stuff. There is on-chain proof. There's definitely a lot of stuff going on. And what's really amazing is that these guys have really gotten things into perspective. And they truly have built this culture, and they are apparently generating some serious revenue. And like I said, projects that are generating real revenue will always win. And look at this pump. Now, this is the type of pumps that we should see all over the altcoin market. And this is what I'm saying. If you build products that are hard to ignore, if you build something real, the money is going to come eventually. Okay? I'm not telling you to buy this right now. I'm not telling you to trade it. I'm not telling you to do anything. No, nothing. I have no affiliation, but I'm just giving you an example. This is the type of run that altcoins potentially see when the money liquidity starts to properly come in, because raves have become all the rage in this day and age, and there's a lot of attention and money being thrown at it even as we speak. So somebody came, they were the first ones to come into this industry here, and they built something and people are resonating with it. Whether it lasts or not, I don't know, but this is the type of but it has potential for sure to last because of the rave culture, right? And with that said, when people start building products again that are hard to ignore, we will see this type of excitement, this type of money coming into those as well at the right time. And because we're not there yet, right? I highly recommend that you look into our newsletter. Join our newsletter. Get the best information out there. We are giving you the best alpha that is potentially out there. We're giving you the right information. We're giving you proper breakdowns. We're giving you everything that is possible to get you on your right crypto journey, to get you across. We are doing deep dives, proper research, market updates, things that you're not going to get anywhere else. We're doing that for you because we are literally spending hours and hours and hours. And, if anybody was like, hey, I want to hold something for some time and I don't want to, trade a lot, then our newsletter is the right place for you. When you are educated, when you have more information, you have more exposure, you can make the right decisions. And that's why we recommend that you join Crypto Ronins, guys. And of course, on a negative note, unfortunately, a huge scandal happened with Polkadot. So on April 1st, Hyperbridge, right? This is a project which which was meant for interoperability and was a DeFi bridge. There was a hack. So 12 days later, someone hacked them. An attacker forged a cross-chain message, gave themselves admin rights, minted 1 billion DOT tokens out of thin air, sold them for $237,000 in Ethereum, and then the price went from $1.2 to zero on the bridge, obviously. But of course, DOT is a huge project. It used to be $50 at one point, and you can see, within 4 years, it has gone significantly down. And personally, I was a huge fan. So according to Certic, there's an exploit on Hyperbridge gateway contract on Ethereum. The attackers forged a cross-chain message, gain authority, admin rights over the bridge, Polkadot token contract, and minted approximately 1 billion tokens. So for full details on on-chain transactions, people can refer to the post. However, Polkadot are working on hopefully a recovery plan. I'm sure the team the team has been solid behind Polkadot. They've been, this is like one of the blue chips. This is how bad things are getting, guys. And this is why we need real builders. We need people to stop exploiting DeFi. We need better protocols. We need better mechanisms. And of course, with more AI integration, more development, those things can happen for sure. And of course, AI and crypto go hand in hand. So they said we're aware of an issue affecting Hyperbridge Ethereum Gateway. The exploit only affects DOT on Ethereum that is bridged through Hyperbridge and does not affect DOT in the Polkadot ecosystem. So Polkadot, its parachains, and native DOT remain secure and unaffected. Hyperbridge has been paused while the issue is investigated. So I'm sure something's going to come out, but this is bad. This is definitely not a good site. This is definitely not something to be happy about. And it's very unfortunate for the people who had DOT on Ethereum. I'm sure as a blue chip company that DOT is, Gavin Woods is one of the founders of Ethereum. He created Polkadot. I'm sure they're going to work on a recovery plan, and they're probably going to, blacklist the tokens that have been hacked, probably. But the thing is, we need better DeFi protocols in order for mass adoption. These type of things, and with the current government, doing all sorts of God knows what, raising hell and mayhem everywhere, and all markets are affected. And then all of this stuff happens. It doesn't create a good image. However, in disparity, uncertainty, in maximum fear, there are a lot of great buying opportunities, guys. And this is why we recommend that you join our newsletter for the best information, for the best deep dives. Why? Because eventually money is going to come back into this market. So no matter what anybody tells you, I don't care. People who say altcoins are dead, look, when a product is built, when the attention is given to the right place, that thing pumps. Now, while Bitcoin is sitting at wherever, this thing literally pumped like how an altcoin season is meant to pump altcoins. This is how it's supposed to be done. And whether this lasts or not is a whole different story. However, when you build products that cannot be ignored, okay, and when there is hype around it, when there is a movement around it, when there is a vibe around it, when there's excitement, the money always follows. The money will always follow. Remember that, guys. And this is why we're giving you the best alpha there. We're giving you stuff which is on such discounts. We're giving you stuff which is generating a ton of revenue. Okay, there's a project that we did a deep dive on, and you guys should join our newsletter very soon and understand why we're saying you should buy it. It's revenue generation is only 50% less than hype, because hype is generating a ton of revenue. Gave it in the single digits as well. And look, it's still doing very well. It's doing only a 50% of that, but its market cap is like 10x lower. And the potential for that is a 30 to 50x or more when liquidity returns. And we've given a deep dive as to why we believe that. Okay, so you guys should join our newsletter, guys. We're giving a ton of information, and we're still here. The fact is that we're still here. We're not like other people in the cryptoverse that only come when everything is green and then they disappear. We're giving you alpha. We're still doing research. We're still excited about this market, regardless of all the downfalls, because we know eventually the money is going to flow back in. And before that happens, you guys should be positioned in the right things, in the right projects. And with our information, I believe you're going to make the right decisions. You're going to have a very, very clear roadmap. So join us. It's only a price of one lunch in the month. We look forward to seeing you inside the Crypto Ronins newsletter. This is me, the DeFi enthusiast from the Crypto Ronins. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Take care of yourselves, guys. Bye.